welcome back to my channel. And finally this video is all about a foundation which I have been trying out since a very long time, and finally I'm here to give my review on this foundation. So before moving into the video, if you like watching my video and if you like watching such videos, so make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video also. Now without any further ado, let's get started. So the foundation which I am talking about is none other than this Maybelline Superstay foundation, and this has released in India for about more than 1 month now, but I have been trying it and that's why I haven't put up any review of this particular foundation. And today I'm going to share an in-depth review of this foundation with you guys, and I'm also going to compare this foundation with 5 of my other foundations which I love to the core, and let's see if this foundation is as good as those foundation. So first of all, I will apply it on my face because I have not applied any foundation on my face. I have just done my eye makeup and lipstick, but I'm going to apply it on camera in front of you guys so that you guys can see its effect. So let's start. So the foundation looks like this. It is a pretty nice bottle with this white cap which is matte, and it looks pretty awesome. And the shade which I am using is a 310 Sun Beige, because in my Fit Me foundation I am also in Sun Beige, so I thought of picking this foundation. And also this has, I think, about 7 shades in India, and this retails for 750, which I think again it is a bit expensive, but I don't mind to pay this price because this foundation has a pump, so that's a very good thing. Now if I talk about the longevity, so it stays on my face for about 6 to 7 hours. After that I feel really heavy on my face, and this happens to me whenever I wear a foundation. This is not any particular thing which happens with this foundation, because whenever I wear a foundation I can't wear it more than 6 to 7 hours. I feel very uncomfortable. So the same case was with this foundation, and I did not feel oily on my skin. Rather, I was feeling very dry because it is winters here in Delhi. So that is why if you do not moisturize your skin, do not prime your skin and apply this foundation directly, it will just dry out your skin. So make sure to keep these things in your mind. So I'm just gonna pour only one pump of this, and this does oxidize, so you might keep this thing in your face in your mind, I mean. And just gonna apply this on this side of my face. I'm going to use a beauty blender to blend it, and as you can see the consistency is really thick, so you do not need more. Like, this much amount is still left, and I'm just going to buff it. This is super blendable. This is not at all patchy, but one thing I would like to tell you, that do not use this foundation without moisturizing your skin, because on your dry skin it will just cling up to your dry patches, and that is not a very good feeling, because trust me, I have done that. So I do not like that feeling at all. This blends really nicely and really perfectly. So after doing this phase, I'm just gonna show you, just going to zoom you guys a bit. So this is the phase where I do not have any foundation on, and this side I have applied a foundation, and you can see the pigmentation near the mouth, and here it is almost covered. And yeah, here it has covered everything, and here you can see my mark and some sort of dark circle. So you won't see that here because it has concealed it to a very nice extent. Now I'm going to apply it on this side of my face with the help. I'm not taking any extra product because then that becomes really cakey. Like, my face becomes really cakey if I try to layer this foundation, so it becomes really cakey. guys, this is how my face looks after applying this foundation. And one thing I must tell you, that this foundation photographs really well, and if you are appearing on camera, or if you are making any video, or if you are going to any kind of special occasion, this foundation will look very good on your face. As you can see, I have applied this foundation and this looks nearly flawless. Like, my skin complexion looks so good and it looks really skin. It does not look very cakey or patchy. But like I told you, one thing I have noticed, that if you apply more than one layer, it will cling to your dry patches, and also it will look really cakey. And I just want to share one or two clips with you when I applied this foundation without using any kind of moisturizer. So that was not a good thing to do, which I not applied any kind of moisturizer. And as you can tell, that my face near my mouth looks really patchy, and it is just clinging to my dry patches. That's not a good feeling. But after that, I started using primer and oil. I also one day I also mix oil with this foundation, and this looked really good on my skin. So if you are from very dry skin family, you might not use this foundation because it will really cling to your patches. And if you are too oily, it is not completely matte foundation, it will still peek through. So make sure to use water-based moisturizer before applying this foundation. So all in all, I really like this foundation, so you can go ahead and purchase it. Now is the part where I'm going to compare this foundation to other 5 foundations which I love the most. So I'm going to compare this foundation one by one. So the very first foundation is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. I really like this foundation. So when I talk about this foundation and compare these two foundations, so I will say this certainly is better than Wet n Wild in terms of coverage and longevity, because Wet n Wild is good if you are wearing this only day-to-day basis, but if you want something special, you might need this foundation more than this. So if I have to choose between two, although I love this foundation, but I will go with this foundation as it gives a very nice coverage. So next up is a foundation which is very close to my heart, and this is one of the foundation which, you know, I craved about for this foundation when I was in my college, and finally I bought it last year I think. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible 24 Hours foundation, and this is the best foundation I have ever used. I don't know, I'm not exaggerating, this is really good foundation. And if I have to compare these two, still I will feel that this foundation is much better than this one, because I feel that this still looks a bit not greasy, a bit patchy on my face sometimes when I have really dark circles or puffy eyes, or if I haven't moisturized my face really well. This is not the case with this foundation. I can use it without even a moisturizer, even though I've not like to do that, but if I have to do it, I can really use this. This makes my skin looks flawless, super good, and this lasts really long, like longer than this one, longer than this Maybelline Superstay foundation. Now next foundation is the MAC Studio Fix foundation, and if I have to choose between two, I will choose the Maybelline one, simply because this is too costly first of all, and also one thing that this does not last that long. Like if I have to wear it, does not last that long. And although this is a very good foundation, I really like using it because it's liquidy texture, it makes my face look really good. But yeah, this does everything for me, so I don't think I have to again purchase this foundation because it is too costly. When I am getting a better alternative, I will use this. One more thing is that I really like the shade in this one, because this shade is perfect match for my skin tone, and I think that this shade is this shade has a kind of pinky undertone, so I do not like the shade range much in this particular foundation. Now next foundation is the Maybelline Fit Me, which is like one of the best foundation, drugstore foundation, which everybody used to love. So this is also in a sun beige, but I think that this shade looks better on me. I don't know why. I'm just going to give you guys a swatch, like just to show you that what Maybelline Fit Me looks like and what this Superstay foundation looks like when I swatch both of them together. So I'm just going to swatch them just to show you guys. So yeah, so this is the Fit Me, and this is the Maybelline Superstay foundation. So yeah, the shade range looks really pretty similar. So if you know your Fit Me shade, you can simply pick up the same shade in the Maybelline Superstay foundation. And if I have to choose one, so I will definitely choose this, even though I love the Fit Me foundation, but I like the Wet n Wild more than Fit Me foundation. So in that case I will have to choose the Superstay, because I will choose Superstay again if I have to choose between three of these foundations, because it has a really good coverage. Now is a foundation, it is also a recent launch, not recent, I will say it's a kind of new launch only. So this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte foundation. I love this foundation. The only thing which I do not like this foundation is the shade. The shade is a bummer. Although this is in the shade Sun Beige, this should suit me, but this does not suit me. But this foundation is amazing. The texture is like butter, so I love this foundation. So if I have to choose between two, I can't choose. I have to get these two. That's why I have got these two foundations. So yes guys, with this I finished off my comparison with three of my favorite foundations. So I hope you will like it, and let me know guys if you like this foundation and what are your thoughts on this foundation. And if I have to give one verdict, like how many stars, I will give 4 out of 5, because this is a really nice foundation, and this really lasts long on my face, suits my skin tone very well. The only thing is that I wanted a really nice goldeny sort of undertone. That is why I am taking cutting 1 marks of this foundation. Other than that, this is a bombdegree.com foundation. So yes guys, with this I end up this video. I hope you will like it, and yeah, make sure to comment in the comment section. I'll see you guys super soon. So till then, bye and take care.